everyone. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this mini lecture so that we're all ready for class next week. Two theories that I want to present to you, very, very straightforward theories, very understandable theories, very approachable theories, and also two theories that will be on your first definition quiz. So make sure to take the notes as you see them on these two PowerPoint slides. So first I want to introduce you to Ries's wheel theory of love. And so this theory is all about how a relationship develops from the very beginnings of friendship to the moment that you say that you want to be together as girlfriend and girlfriend, boyfriend and girlfriend, boyfriend and boyfriend, so be it. So first is rapport, and rapport means that you just feel good around each other. You like talking to each other. You find each other's really funny. We talk about when we do an activity on must-haves and deal breakers about technically everybody is funny, but what matters is that you think that they are funny and they share your same sense of humor. But you just find yourself wanting to talk to each other and hang out with each other more and more. The next step is self-revelation, and this is where it gets a little bit more, I don't want to say serious or intense, but just like it says, self-revelation, it gets a little bit more revealing. You're willing to share with each other kind of the stories of you growing up, the stories of what you have experienced in your life, like you're sharing not just the surface level kind of discussions, but a little bit more of where you've been and where you want to go in life. Next is mutual dependency. And now we're really getting somewhere with this relationship. And so you're beginning to kind of count on talking to each other. You know, when you're texting each other or something like that, you know, you're responding and that you have a consistency. You're starting to, you know, have plans that you can count on because this is what you do together, you know, more and more often, things like that. And then finally, of intimacy need fulfillment. And this is the moment we've been kind of leading up to developing a relationship. This is the moment where you're saying, I want to be in this relationship. I want to be with you for, you know, short-term, long-term, like I care, I'm invested. The reason that Ries, hopefully I'm pronouncing their last name right, uses a wheel is because momentum. Think about a wheel going, spinning faster and faster. This is the development of momentum that ends up creating a relationship. Okay, the other theory is Sternberg's triangular theory of love. And so you can actually, I believe, find an image of this in the additional resource section on Beachboard. And so you can see that there's all these different components. Right there in the middle of the triangle is consummate love, and that is the ultimate. And so what Sternberg's triangular theory of love is saying is that to have the ultimate love, you need to have intimacy, passion, and commitment. Intimacy sometimes is referred like as a word we use in relation to like physicality, to attraction, things like that. In this particular instance, what intimacy means is a deep friendship. So it's all about friendship, liking each other, but that you have a closeness in your relationship as opposed to a physicality to it. So you've got liking in one point of the triangle. I'm never good with left and right, so I'm looking at this. As we're looking at the screen, in the lower left-hand point of the triangle is infatuation, and that is physical attraction, so that's having passion. And then on the other side, you can see commitment. So those are the components, but then there's other combinations, as you can see on the sides of the triangle. So when you have attraction and intimacy, close friendship, you have romantic love. When you have that close friendship on the other side and commitment, but you don't have attraction, you have a companionate love. On the bottom is fatuous love. I think that that's the most, I think that might be the trickiest to grasp because you don't have a friendship, you don't have that kind of camaraderie and liking talking to each other, but you have commitment. Right? Well, think of fatuous love as like love at first sight, or when people, you know, go from like meeting each other to all of a sudden they're like engaged within, 3 weeks. That's what fatuous love is. So you have, again, friendship at the top. You have attraction in the one of the bottom corners, and then you have commitment. Now you can see that right hand point at the bottom, empty love. So that's when you have commitment, but you don't necessarily have that close friendship and you don't have that attraction to each other. I'm guessing that you have probably seen some couples in your life have what Sternberg calls empty love. I kind of think empty love sounds really, really scary, right? But I kind of also would challenge why empty love seems scary, why just having commitment seems scary. Because I think when you talk about relationships, when we have these ideas about relationships in our particular culture, we have this idea that it has to just be all encompassing and hot and heavy and your best friend and everything else. And we certainly aim for that. But I don't know necessarily if, having a long lasting commitment is in some cases, all we ultimately need in life. It's food for thought. I don't know. I don't know the answers to this. I am just talking to myself kind of reflectively, like thinking about why do I think what I think? And this would be a great exercise for you to do with yourself. When you look at these various aspects, why do you think what you think about them? Why do you think what you think about attraction or commitment or friendship? The other thing I wanted to mention with romantic love before I forget, passion and intimacy. So attraction and friendship, but no commitment. That's kind of like a friends with benefits situation. I think that's the term that kids still use, right? Because I'm an old lady and all. But that idea of you are close friends and that there's a physicality to your relationship, but there's not necessarily a commitment. So hopefully by taking you through Reese's wheel theory of love and Sternberg's triangular theory of love, you've kind of got a sense of them. Like I've said, these are all concepts that you see swirling around you in life as you are dating and in relationships. By all means, if you have questions or want clarifications, you can ask me when we're together in class. And I'm excited to start to use these concepts with you next week.